Hey folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Threepwood, our Dwarf Hunter on Mirage Raceway Classic EU. World of Warcraft, I think I said that. Hope you're good. I've got the camera back on because it's not as crazy sunny, even though we're recording in the day today, so it hasn't messed up my lighting too much. But I've still got weird ghost chair behind me, as you can see. Okay, yeah, once again, we are picking up right where we left off. It's Saturday, and it's going to be a good day.
You got my attention.
Let's pick up these quests. So, what's happened since we last spoke? Well, I went round, me and Kirst went round to our friend's new house. They've only just moved in, so it's not, exactly how they want it yet, but it was really lovely to see. They've been looking for a house for ages. It feels like ages, maybe it hasn't been that long, but yeah, and they did a few pizzas for us, and we had a few drinks, and yeah, they made, he's a bit of a cocktail maker, so we had, the whole kit, and he made a few nice drinks.
See you soon.
I haven't tried a lot of cocktails in my life. The ones I have tried I do enjoy, but yeah, I think he made me a whiskey sour and a Godfather sour.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry about that. I'll probably cut that out. Just had to check my phone there.
Watch your back.
Yeah, so. Yeah, we went there long, maybe an hour or two. And then we came home and we chilled. And
I've the finest
what time is it now? It's midday, is it? No, my God, it's half one. Yeah, so Kirst has been out this morning visiting her grandma with her mum. I've stayed in with the dogs, sort of clean the house and things like that. And yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of WoW before the afternoon starts properly, because it's Mama Midi's birthday. So we're taking it out. I think I said yesterday, didn't I? It's a Himalayan restaurant. And yeah, we're going out and then we'll see what we do afterwards. I'm not sure yet. Oh, you're catching up with me. Get away. And yeah, that should be really good. Looking forward to trying some interesting new food, and yeah, we'll see where the evening takes us. So in the last episode I talked about topics, didn't I, for like different episodes, and we might not do it all the time. Sometimes I might just talk about random crap, like I often do. So I thought, it's early on. It's a new series. There might be new people to the series. I haven't really talked about this since, I don't know, maybe back in September or October. So I thought I'd talk about my history with World of Warcraft. Gosh, we nearly died there. Yeah, I thought we'd do that. I thought that might be interesting. So, I have been playing World of Warcraft on and off, I would say, but pretty much since the first year. I don't think I started straight away. I think when I started, maybe Zul'Gurub was out, possibly Blackwing Lair. Maybe Blackwing Lair, actually, come to think about it.
Here there. Be good.
So that was back in 04. I was, or 04, 05, I was, what was that? I was a fresh-faced, oh, well, I wasn't fresh-faced, I was probably spotty-faced 14-year-old boy. And I found the game through one of my good friends from school. Up until then, I hadn't really played MMOs other than RuneScape. And me and my other friends, who is still still like my best friend to today, he played RuneScape as well. He was like really big into it. I think he introduced me to it. And one day we were around at this other friend's house. I remember he was in like his little, I don't know, if you're in the UK, you'll know what what the box room is. A lot of houses have them. So usually, if you have like a 2-bedroom house, you also have like a box room. People tend to turn them into offices, or in my case, in the house I grew up, it was my bedroom. And I chose to be in that room because it was like, it wasn't too big. It was easy to, easy to manage, and it was kind of cozy. But anyway, he was in there, and I guess this should have been the sign that World of Warcraft was addictive, because we knocked on the door. Both of me and my friend had gone round to see him, and his mum and dad answered the door and said, "Oh yeah, Tom's there." He knew we were coming round, by the way. "Oh, Tom's upstairs on the computer." He didn't bother to come down and say hello. It was very much, "I'm still playing World of Warcraft. You can come and see me." We went up, and it was, old school computer in like a cream-coloured flipping tower, big CRT monitor, and there was this cow-like creature walking through what looked like a desert. And we said, "What the hell is this? What's this?" And he said, "Oh, it's a game I've been playing called World of Warcraft." And I was like, "What?" I remember the graphics looked incredible at the time. For some reason, I was obsessed with the bag bar. I was like, "What, you have you have different bags?" I don't know why that blew my mind. And I said, "Oh, I don't know what." I remember being obsessed with the bags and saying, "Oh, do the bags show up on your character and stuff like that?" And he was like, "No, but different gear changes as you put it on." I don't know what it was. I was enthralled from the first, just watching, and as he explained more, like, "Oh yeah, it's online. You play with other people." The only other thing I had to compare it with was RuneScape. So I said, "Oh right, if you died, do you lose gear? Because that happened in RuneScape, or do you lose like XP, which was a big thing in other MMOs, I believe." And he was like, "Oh no, you don't lose anything like that." I was like, "Wow." So I don't know how. I think what happened is, I think you could download like the trial client from the World of Warcraft website back then. I think that's how it worked. And yeah, there we were. At home, and I think, or I shouldn't say this, but I used his accounts for a bit, and I think I made a Tauren Druid because he made a Tauren, and it was the more familiar thing. And yeah, I was. Where's ammo for? Wait, did I already get it? Ammo for Rumble Shot. Oh, it's this one. I looked at the wrong box. Hello, Louis. Let me just finish my brew before I continue. I should say, this might be a little bit of a short episode as well. I just wanted to get something in while I could. But yeah. So yeah, had the trial, played the Druid. Didn't get that far, got into the Barons and stuff like that. And then, to be honest, I don't know what the timescale was. I don't know when we first saw it compared to when I bought it, but I know that I got it for Christmas that year. My own version of it, and so did my other friends. So all three of us had it, and God, we made humans. I was a priest. There was Saxon the warrior and Eons the mage. Eons was the person who I don't think it matters if I said their name, but I just want to, I wouldn't want to be. I want to be careful with that stuff. So yeah, Eons was the guy who originally was playing WoW. Saxon was the other fella my other mate, who's still a good friend of mine, who played RuneScape with me and got it at the same time. So yeah, Aeon's the mage, Jonty the priest, which was me, and Saxon the warrior. And we just had a laugh. We just had a ball. And I think that's why I still play WoW that way. I don't take it that seriously. I just love being in the world, because all my memories of it are of just goofing off. I used to have all these screenshots on my old computer. I wish I still had them. They'd be so dear to me now. But it was just, the little fishing boats in Redridge in Lakeshire. It was just pictures of us posing on that. And then from there, we started having sleepovers at each other's house. We would bring laptops round, and we would have like little LAN parties. I remember we were trying to get Saxon his, the two swords from Zul'Farrak, and we three-manned it. We just three-manned it over and over again, straight into the night for him to, and it would never drop. I don't think it ever did, sadly. Or maybe one of them did and the other one didn't. Oh, but man, amazing memories. And I think eventually, well, I think Aeons went back to his shaman, his Tauran shaman, and we still, we played intermittently after then, and then me and Saxon played on and off. But I think I was the only one who persisted really, through all the not all of them, but the expansions. I then met my good friend, oh god, Stone, who I've mentioned before. We, if you remember, we were doing some anniversary PvP stuff, but we met. I think we started a guild. Again, me and Saxon made a guild called the Fist of Titans, I think, and Fist of Titans, yeah. And we were, even then we were like, yeah, we're a casual little leveling guild, and yeah, met this paladin called, I think he was called Lansdowne at the time, and we just clicked straight away, and we ended up re-rolling characters together. I made. So, sorry, I should say I was on my priest at that point. So, Lansdowne and Jonty did some stuff together. But then, I made Happy, the gnome warrior, the original Happy, the OG Happy. And he had a nice elf druid called Sagittarius. And we leveled that together, and we just had an absolute a ball. Like, amazing memories of, like, doing long runs of BRD, and yeah, just absolute ball. I think we played pretty much consistently all the way through to Wrath, and then that's where Cataclysm we kind of dropped off, and obviously years had passed. We'd grown up at that point. We had other things to do, university, jobs, and blah blah blah. And then I kind of just dipped in and out every now and then. I didn't play a lot of Cataclysm. Played bits of Mop. Is it Warlords after that? Yeah, played Warlords at Draenor, the leveling campaign. Actually quite enjoyed it, but didn't play a lot of it. Like endgame, that's usual for me though, isn't it? As I'm sure you're aware by now. But I enjoyed the leveling campaigns, and that's what I usually came back for. And then I think it was was Legion after Warlords of Draenor. I'm going to have to check. WoW expansions in chronological order. Yes, thank you. Yep, Wrath, yeah, Cataclysm, yeah, so Mists, Warlords of Draenor, Legion, yeah. So during Warlords of Draenor, I was feeling a bit like, I'm not really, I got to level 60, level whatever it was it 90 at that point? I can't even remember. Yeah, it's fine. Enjoyed playing the character, but I kind of miss old WoW, and I was too scared at that point to do, like, naughty servers. So I went onto the forums, and I found this reroll guild called the Summer Council. And I thought, ooh, that could be fun. And started that. And I think that was like my second falling in love with WoW. I met another great friend, who I've mentioned before, Pango Duck. He also goes as... oh no, I'll keep to Pango Duck because that's his sort of YouTube handle. Very good friend of mine, really good friend. We've been friends ever since. Literally spoke to him this morning. Just a great guy. And we basically, what we did as a guild is we leveled to 60. Now, obviously, even though we were only leveling to 60, it was like Warlords of Draenor mechanics. So it wasn't like completely, it wasn't a complete classic experience. But we got to 60, we locked our XP, and we did all the raids at 60. Then we leveled to 7, and and we did each one. I think we got up to Wrath or Kata. I can't remember off the top of my head. Met some really good people there. Had just a ton of fun. All I mostly remember from that is just laughter. Just having a really good time. It was so good. Met another good friend called Zulicus, who I played a bit with in recent years as well, and we talk every now and then. not as often as I'd like, probably. Once again, that's probably my fault. You know, with things like that, you know, you've got to put effort into things like that, or friends and acquaintances can slowly slip away. I might message him later, actually, see if he's doing all right. Yeah, and then I think after that I kind of stopped, really. I played Battle for Azeroth, and I enjoyed the leveling campaign once again for what it was. Once again, I may have done a bit of Raid Finder, but after this point, Endgame was just... Well, it's never been a big interest of mine, has it? Even with Happy, you know, we did a few raids, and it was fun, but weekly raiding, just not my thing. And then Shadowlands was the death knell for me. I think for many people was the sort of... It was just the end, really. We've got all our Bormies. What do we need? We still need Bear Fair. It's the first time I would say I tried an expansion, and I didn't even enjoy the leveling campaign. That first area, I forget what it's called, but it was all really odd-coloured, pale, weird browns, and oh my god, everything, it didn't feel right. You know, there were animation changes, nothing felt like gritty. I don't know. Really did not enjoy it at all. And I kind of just stopped playing until... when did Shadowlands come out? So I must... I know what it was. So, in 2019, obviously, Classic... remastered? Classic... World of Warcraft Classic... Whatever you call it. WoW Classic is what it's called, isn't it? I don't know why I'm tripping over that so much. However, I had just started my relationship with Kirsty, who is my wife. Obviously, wasn't my wife at the time, but and you know, sometimes you've got to put your relationships and life. I'll be one sec, guys. Hello, I might have to leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger as I've got to go prepare for Mama Midi's birthday. Just had a phone call, so I guess I will leave you on a cliffhanger. But basically, yeah, 2019 when WoW Classic came out, I didn't really get my feet wet with it until maybe the year later. Maybe not a year later. Definitely before TBC came out. But then Kirst fell in love with World of Warcraft and gaming as a whole, really. And the rest is history, as they say. But that was a little introduction to my WoW history. We can go into more depths in the future. But yeah, this is probably going to be a short episode, but I thought I might as well get something out. Thank you all for the support on the new series. It's lovely to see the comments coming back, and for people who have been subscribing since we put the videos up. I know it doesn't matter that people have done this, but some people have unsubscribed since that because they might not want the WoW stuff, and I was like, oh no. But people have come back as well, so that's lovely. Thank you. If you're new and you've subscribed, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All the continued support. Again, thank you so much. I love you all very much. I will see you in the next episode. Should be live streaming tomorrow. There is now a schedule. Please go on to the social bit. If I can remember, I'll flash it up on the screen as well. We've got a schedule, but I think it's going to be Sunday, Monday streams, a Wednesday stream, and then videos in between. Maybe videos on streaming days as well, if I have time. But yeah, that will be the schedule. We're nearly level 7, so I guess we'll have to just tease that. And oh look, it's Grumply. Oh, Grumply and Alan. Grumply and Alan. All right. Yeah, so from me, Grumply and Alan, thank you so much for watching. Love you guys lots. Bye for now.